So we're here with Alex, who just finished up his 6-week challenge. Alex had some great results. He was looking to just lose some body fat. He was started at about 12.5% body fat and told me now that his goal was actually to get under 10. So we managed to do that in 6 weeks. So pretty stoked about that. Alex, what was your favorite part about the challenge?
I'd say my favorite part was how easy it was to follow. The tray method made measuring and portion control super easy.
And what do you feel, you had mentioned not kind of being confused by a lot of the information that was out there, and you'd already said that the tray made it really easy. How do you feel about all the other rules? Like, did you feel like overall the nutrition guidelines that I gave you to follow were pretty simple to help you be successful?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said before, I would start my own little diet, and then I would start pulling from different plans and think maybe I'm overeating this, I'm doing too much of this, and I would get overwhelmed and just give up. I think the nutrition challenge guidelines were easy enough to follow, and I stuck with that strictly the entire time, and I think it was a lot easier than trying to make it up on your own.
Awesome. And you had mentioned maybe having an issue with self-control. So one of the reasons you signed up was because you're like, I need motivation, I need somebody to hold me accountable. Do you feel like you were held accountable? Do you feel like you found some self-control throughout the 6 weeks? And do you feel like that if you did find some self-control that you'll be able to keep that tuned in even after the 6 weeks?
I think so. I think one of the things that this challenge kind of helped me see is that although I did have some real self-control issues before, I think I proved to myself that I can kind of overcome that. I think the accountability helped, especially with the daily check-in and the weekly meetings and stuff like that.
And what was your favorite result from the challenge? So obviously we've got some good measurements in terms of some weight loss, some body fat percentage, some lean muscle gain, but outside of that specific data, was there anything that changed outside in your personal life that you're happy with based on the challenge that maybe I wouldn't know about?
I think I've been feeling just generally more energy throughout the day. I think eating this way has just kind of helped sustain some energy that I've lost having 2 kids and a full-time job and trying to exercise too. I think it's helped me focus a lot of my attention at work and at home and stuff like that, where before I was just kind of sometimes floating through on caffeine.
and you had mentioned when we were just talking about prepping or whatever, so throughout the challenge we did a lot of meal prepping just to allow us to be successful. Do you think that you'll continue to do that? And I know you had mentioned maybe it takes me an hour or 2 hours during or on the weekend, but tell me a little bit about if it made your life easier during weekdays.
Absolutely. I think I'll continue. I'm going to try to continue to meal prep and plan meals ahead of time. Generally what I was doing is prepping on Sundays and making whatever I made for dinner I'd make enough to last me for the week at work as lunches, and then I'd cook maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the week, but prep it all on Sunday. And it saved me a ton of time during the week. And those are the nights, weeknights are when we're coming back from the gym, picking the kids up from daycare, and it's a hustle before bath time. And this saved us a lot of that time, so we can kind of take it easier a little bit and enjoy the time with the kids and each other at home a little bit more than maybe we used to when we're rushing to get dinner on the table.
And when you were rushing to get dinner on the table, was it something that was a healthy choice that you ended up with, or?
Occasionally, but generally it was whatever we found in the freezer or whatever we could throw together quickly enough if we hadn't planned something ahead of time. Chicken nuggets for the kids, or frozen meatballs for us, or something like that would be our best option. Otherwise maybe if it's a bowl of cereal after the kids went to bed. But I think now planning our meals ahead of time, prepping what we can over the weekend, has really helped us eat a nutritious meal every night after work.
Cool. And then in terms of your performance, so in the beginning of the challenge, you weren't able to exercise, but once you were able to, do you notice any difference in how you perform based on the change in your nutrition yet? Have you seen any changes in performance? Do you feel better? What's that look like for you?
I feel like I have had an increase in oxygen through a lot of the cardio workouts for sure. I think there were certain things, taking so much time off before and even in the middle of the challenge before I came back to working out. I think a lot of the movements and the weights that I was using came back a lot faster than I expected. Having taken so much time off before getting back into the exercise and workout routine.
Awesome. Then my last question is, now, where do you go after this 6-week challenge? So like, do you feel like you've learned enough so that like this is going to be somewhat sustainable? Do you feel like the whole idea of not striving for perfection but striving for good enough and just making more mindful choices, like, do you think moving forward you'll be able to sit down on a meal and ask yourself, how can I make this meal slightly better? Do you feel like you've now been equipped with the mindset you need to just make better overall choices for your health?
Absolutely. I think being mindful about what I'm eating is one of the biggest things I took away. Is just, instead of just eating it because it's in front of me, I'll focus on like balancing. If I am eating something that isn't as nutritious for me, I'll try to balance it with something that's better for me, more protein or more vegetables. I think focusing on getting more vegetables at every meal has really helped a lot too, and it's something I think I'll easily carry forward. Focus on getting those vegetables and getting the protein in every single meal would be something that I think is going to help me carry this out afterward.
Awesome. And for somebody out there who maybe is like you, who didn't really participate in any type of nutrition challenge in the past, do you feel like overall you had a good experience? And if you can go back for when you first signed up, would you still have signed up based on the experience that you had?
Yes, absolutely. I think I had a really great experience with this, and I think what made it nice is it wasn't difficult. Like, the plan was simple enough to follow, and the results were exactly what I was hoping for. So I think I would definitely do it again.
Awesome. Thank you.